morning, ma'am. Are you Lisa Pratt?
I am.
And Ms. Pratt, this is your initial appearance. In cause number 24, DCCR 1460, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft with previous convictions, and that's from April 1st of 2024. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
They assigned me a lawyer.
They did. So when you're in custody, we give you a court-appointed attorney, but now that you've bonded out, what I do is expect you to at least try to hire your own. So I'm going to reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. Okay. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. You need to bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to, so I know you're trying. If you don't do that...
When you're out on bond, the court expects effort. Visit 3 lawyers isn't just a suggestion, it's a test of responsibility. Fail this, and your bond could rocket straight back to jail.
Then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And are you working?
I'm on disability.
You are. If I test you this morning, you can have anything in your system?
I do. No.
Have a seat in the jury box. Let's double check what you got in there. Have a seat in the jury box. Good morning, ma'am. You're Precious Eaglin. And Ms. Eaglin, you are here on 2 cases, initial appearance. In cause number 25, DCCR 0317, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of assault on a peace officer. And in cause number 25, DCCR 0318, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
I spoke with Mr. Burbanks, but I haven't officially hired him because I was going to talk to somebody else.
Okay.
It's like the amount you want as well, so I'm need to call somebody else and see.
Okay, so what I'll do is give you about a 30-day reset to either get Mr. Burbank or someone else hired. If you get someone hired, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do.
Yes,
if you're unable to hire someone before that next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me the names of the lawyers that you talk to when you come back so I know you're trying. Then we'll discuss your options.
Okay.
If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you that reset notice. Good morning, sir. You're Zachary Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Turner, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 2197. You're charged with the first-degree felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, and that is from April 22nd of 2024. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer? Okay. Looks like you also have prior felony convictions, so it's going to be very important that you try to get someone hired. What you're charged with is extremely serious, obviously. So what I'm going to do, Mr. Turner, is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you the reset notice. Good morning, sir.
Whoa, buckle up, folks. We're shifting gears from theft and assault to capital murder. This is no ordinary courtroom moment. Stakes, maximum. Candle, this is the kind of case that can shape an entire trial.
Sir, you are Trishad Tarrant, and Mr. Tarrant is charged with capital murder of a person in a prison. Mr. Brewer, Ms. Jordan, where are we, and what's the announcement?
Your Honor, the state is announcing ready. We have no pretrial at this time. I believe I have offered a formal plea offer to the defense.
And she has, that offer has been forwarded to my client. So at this time, it's appropriate to say that we will probably suspend the trial. If we could, perhaps February next year, just move on.
Well, it'll be when it'll be. But what I do want you guys to do, if there's a formal offer, I'd like to get a formal rejection of that. I have those forms on the tablets. We can get, maybe Mr. Rojas or Mr. Parker can help you fill out that formal. If you don't want to accept a plea agreement, I'll go through that today. Once we do a rejection, the case is placed on the trial docket. Typically, I don't accept that same plea agreement. You can plea open to the court. It could be something different unless there's new information that either of you get between now and then. So once it goes on the trial docket, it'll be expected to go to trial, or it'll be something different because of some information that you guys received. So I'll hold it. If you want to grab one of those tablets. Mr. Rojas, would you mind helping? Thank you very much, sir. And as soon as you do that, I'll go through all of that, bring you back up, and then we'll get it set for trial and look at kind of everybody's, how long we think that might take, and then we'll schedule it around that. But we're definitely not anywhere close to looking into February. We're looking at this year probably, based on our, unless there's some big reasons, but we'll see where we get, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of. Good morning, sir. You're Joshua Mays? And Mr. Mays is on probation for burglary of a habitation. Motion to revoke has been filed. What's the announcement?
Your Honor, if the court would entertain going through the motion, we could enter pleas and then get it updated pretty soon.
There's no agreement.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mays, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. And will he waive the formal reading of the motion?
So late.
Mr. Mays, in cause number 20-36100, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation September 13th of 2021 for burglary of a habitation, and that was a 3-year deferred probation. Is that correct? So it alleges in that probation, or in that motion, that you violated your conditions of probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report to the probation department as required for the months of October and December of 2024 and January of 2025. And is that true or not true? Count 2 alleges that you failed to provide verification of participating in the GED program. Is that true? Just today it's just true or not true, and then we'll get explanations later. It's not true, okay. Count 3 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy, that MRT program. Is that true or not true? And count 4 alleges that you're behind in your court-assessed fees. As of January 15th of 2025, you were $3,685 behind. Is that true or not true? All right, did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1 and 4 freely and voluntarily?
Notice what just happened. A simple true plea means the defendant admitted to violating probation. That alone can lead to serious consequences, even if the original crime wasn't violent. Probation isn't a free pass. It's a tightrope.
Speak up, please. And did you plead true to those because they're actually true? All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 and 4 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm going to reset your case so that we can have a sentencing hearing. I'll get probation to do an updated report. Looks like we probably will only need a probation officer, so we can do that on a normal day. Shouldn't take long. All right. And so you need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom so that they can make sure and tell you what you need to do to get ready for that sentencing hearing, okay? All right, we'll see you back then. Good morning, ma'am. You're Dale Johnson, and Ms. Johnson is charged in 24 DCCR 1570 with indecency with a child by sexual contact, in 24 DCCR 1571 and 1572 with aggravated sexual assault of a child. And Mr. Johnson, what is the announcement?
Not ready, Your Honor. Our investigation continues. We have served subpoenas on 2 school districts. We're awaiting those records. I understand we're also awaiting some records from the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
Okay.
Agreed order, court signed.
Okay, that was signed back at the end of February, and I see your subpoenas. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do maybe a 45-day reset instead of a 30. Hopefully we'll get somewhere on all of those documents, the CPS as well as what you've done, and see if we can get an announcement at that next court date. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Price. He'll let you know when you need to be back. All right, thank you. Good morning, you're Tyreek Flanagan, and this is cause number 23 DCCR 2310. Mr. Flanagan's charged with indecency with a child by sexual contact. What is the announcement?
Your Honor, we've gone back and forth with this quite some time.
We have.
I don't think we have any choice but to set it for trial.
Okay,
There's an issue with the outcry person. There was a CPS case in Harris County that was dismissed because of the source, and we've not been able, we tried to get that information. The state has tried. Through CPS, but we're not getting it. So we don't have much choice but to set this for trial.
I mean, I'll order it.
Well, that's the thing, Judge, we've done that, and we've reordered it,
I see that. We've done a second.
and what we're still getting back is the same set of records.
But it's not the records that show
With newer-
the dismissals
Right.
and why over in Harris
Do y'all
County.
want to do a very try one more time with
And I talked with Kelly Friday. I was on the phone with Miss Adams, who's the regional attorney,
Right.
about. But we're getting another copy because our copy is gone. However, the newer stuff wouldn't have been in it. This is newer allegations that's happened since I've been on the case.
So are they going to work on getting that?
That's-
Did she say that?
I didn't get a specific, I'm still trying to get the original records. So we've sent this, a second amended that I wrote specifically to get newest, and it still didn't come back. So
Okay,
that was
but you
part of
talked
that.
to her and she knows.
That we're trying to, her assistant is getting me stuff. I'm in contact with her,
Okay,
but the newer stuff is the problem, Judge.
right, but I don't want it to be. I'll call her, we'll call her. We've had no issues dealing
Right.
with her if we need something. So if y'all need me to do something, I want to get it done.
We just need to know the basis of the dismissal in Harris County. That's the same culprit. that
Do
we-
a joint email to me today with the two of you guys and me saying what you need, and then I'll forward that and give Stephanie a call and see if we can find out what we need to actually get that specific information.
And I just want to let the court know, like, since I've been dealing with counsel on this, I've reached out to the Houston office, CPS, to find out if there's information that is get through that office as opposed to going to Austin.
Right.
The way we go, I've not gotten a response, and
Okay.
I've gotten turnover and all.
Send me something today, and then we'll try to, and before we put it on the trial docket, let's do one more reset. Let me reach out to Miss Adams,
Okay.
see if there's something she can do to help us with that Houston information.
Yeah.
And then there's gotta be a way to get it. So I'll call whoever I need to call.
Thank you.
Okay. Stay in touch with Mr. Samuel. He'll let you know when you need to be back. Good morning, you're Ramadan Castillo. And Mr. Castillo is charged in each of his cases with aggravated sexual assault of a child. It's set for trial to begin with jury selection Monday, June 2nd. And what is the announcement?
Great. Thanks, sir.
All right, well, obviously, it is one of the older cases. I anticipate it being at the top. We'll find out, I guess, actually next week, because we'll have a docket next Tuesday. But I anticipate it being up there. If anything happens between now and next Tuesday, let me know. There won't be any plea agreements after that. So if anything changes, y'all get together, and otherwise, we'll try to get it taken care of on that day. All right, stay in touch with Mr. West. He'll let you know when you need to be back. Mr. Mr. Kimler was here already. We called your name. You need to be here on time, okay? Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bond forfeiture and you'll be put in jail, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to recall the bond forfeiture. Your case is set for trial to begin in a couple of weeks. The attorney's announced ready. So I'm going to number the case for trial. You need to stay in touch with your bondsman and Mr. Kimler, and they'll let you know when you need to be back and ready for trial. It'll be in 2 weeks. Okay? You're free to go. Good morning. You're Rochelle Manuel?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Manuel's charged with aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. What is the announcement?
Your Honor, she's been very good about staying in contact with me about updates and all that. We have a new plea offer that Mr. Nichols gave us today. She wants to accept that offer. She told me this 2 weeks ago that she's trying to be responsible. Her apartment lease expires this week and she gets her last check, and she's going to plead to pen time, and she wanted to wait to plead out next week if we could, so she could take care of her affairs, and I mean, I feel certain that she's gonna plea.
Why don't we do that? Why don't y'all do the plea and I'll just
Okay,
reset it
reset
for
for sentencing.
sentencing, but we don't need to get a PSI, but that way we get that first part
Okay.
taken care of and.
I'll do that, Judge.
All right, I'll hold it while y'all do that. Mr. Elam, I'm gonna have you tested this morning before we go forward. Have a seat in the jury box. Let's see if you got anything in your system. Good morning, sir. Are you Nicholas Gilmore Jones? And Mr. Rojas, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
You will, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, in cause number 24 DCCR 1441, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from March 28th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year term in the state jail prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Gilmore Jones is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Is there some history? Is that why it's a 2 over 5?
It is, Your Honor.
So I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that I can get a pre-sentence report done. That'll just give me more information about you, your case, any history, and then we'll go forward with sentencing at a later date. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see you back at sentencing. All right, ma'am, again, you're Rochelle Manuel. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Manuel, in cause number 24, DCCR 1050, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury from April 5th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like that agreement's for a 3-year term in prison. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And it's your understanding I'm going to take the plea today, I'm going to reset it for sentencing next week.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll talk about some important things about that in just a minute, but that's what you want me to do, correct? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Manuel's not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to hold that. We're going to reset you for 2 weeks so that you come back on a Monday,
Yes, ma'am.
because we don't have a Monday docket next week.
Yes, ma'am.
So a couple things about that are very important. Obviously, if you don't show up on the 2nd to turn yourself in and for me to sentence you, this plea agreement's gone and things could be a whole lot worse. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're arrested for anything between now and that court date, things could obviously go bad and I don't have to accept the agreement. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back then on the 2nd at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Gomez Vasquez, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you, sir. And will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
You will, Your Honor.
I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. It shows that you were placed on probation March 11th of 2024 for the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct? It alleges that you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to successfully enter and complete an approved sex offender treatment program. Is that true or not true?
The program. I'm going to those classes.
Just, is it true or not true? If it's not true, then we'll just have a hearing. Okay. Not true to count one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Count two alleges that you failed to register with the sex offender tracking program. Is that true or not true?
No, it's true, but
Okay. So did you enter your plea of true to count two freely and voluntarily? And because count two is true. All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count two freely and voluntarily. Find that count true, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm going to reset your case for a sentencing hearing. Mr. Hoffpower, you can bring whoever with regard to count one, please.
Probation officer.
I don't anticipate that would be long, so we'll just do it on a regular day.
Just for the record, so he understands what I've explained to him, I'm explaining to the court, is that he has explanations of things he's done.
Sure.
And I said, but it's whether you did this or not, and so he has some reasoning or explanation for all this. Which I
We'll
told
get
him
the
court will hear.
explanations at a sentencing hearing. And so what'll happen is I'm gonna have probation do an updated pre-sentence report before sentencing. That'll give me more information about what's been going on. And then when we come back, Mr. Parker will be able to present to me anything you think is important on your behalf. Mr. Hoffpower will be able to bring any witnesses with regard to that count, and then I'll decide what to do on that day. Okay? All right, you are free to go. Thank you.
thank you.
Good morning. Are you Shalora Dawson? And Ms. Dawson was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dawson, if I test you this morning, you can have anything in your system?
Oh, no, ma'am. I did.
Let's, we're gonna double check this morning before we go
Okay.
forward. Have a seat in the jury box.
On my thing, she told me to tell the truth.
Yes.
I bought her the dispensaries and everything, but she said that she was
But-
THC.
Right, so did they tell you probably shouldn't be doing that, so you don't test positive, so I don't think you're using something illegal?
No, because it wasn't me smoking, it was something like a gummy that was supposed to help relax me.
Right,
Taking a shot.
but if it's gonna test positive, then I'm gonna assume the worst. So we'll get to that in a minute. I wanna test you this morning, see what's in your system, then we'll go forward in a minute. Have a seat over there in that jury box. Good morning, sir, you're Willie Richards? Mr. Richards, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No,
No, I just had a couple questions.
Okay.
In regards to the supervision plan, Mr. Richards, he plays the drums at his church every Sunday. Does that need to cease, or we were just needing clarification so he's not in violation?
At a regular service or something specifically with regard to kids or?
At regular church service on Sundays.
After they get to her.
The guitar, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that in a second. Anything else that you?
And the polygraph, we were just wondering what that was.
That's part of probation for any sex offender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was it.
that is to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to and not doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I'm assuming, Mr. Hoffpower, that you've visited with the family and I would think that
There is if you read in the order, there is a restraining order for the complex which occurred.
Right.
And it's in place.
well, and I would think that somewhat the special needs of the victim is why this offer
Right.
was made.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mr. Richards, you're 60?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, what you did was ridiculously
Yes.
terrible to a young girl that already has her own set of issues.
This is the courtroom at its most intense. The judge's voice is steady but firm, a reminder that while probation can be mercy, it's also a loaded contract. One slip and the door to prison swings wide open. Door collision.
All right. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney's office and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes obviously being on the sex offender caseload, following all of those recommendations. I will allow you to play in the band at church. You are, however, specifically ordered, and part of your probation is you cannot be alone with any child under the age of 18. Period, ever, never. Do you understand? You obviously cannot be on the premises of the Carlisle apartments. You can't be anywhere near or have any contact or communication with the victim in this case as well. If you do everything you're supposed to, get the treatment that you're supposed to get, make sure that you're doing all of that, then this is an incredible opportunity because you do not have this conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is dismissed and you will never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you will be brought back into court, you will be found guilty, and then I can sentence you to prison anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, you're Daryl Spencer. And Mr. Spencer, you're charged here with possession of marijuana as well as evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And is there an announcement?
Not yet, Judge.
Okay.
I need to meet with them.
So I'm going to do a normal reset about 30 days. So you'll go in custody today. If you set out your tickets or pay them, whatever happens, that shouldn't take that long. As soon as you're out, the first thing you do is contact Ms. Holmes so you guys can go over whatever it is she knows about your case, and we'll see what the announcement is at the next court date. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. When's the last time you smoked marijuana?
It was one of those little gummy things from the vape store.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's THC, but
Why?
I just said marijuana, but it's THC, which I thought was the same.
It is the same. It'll show positive.
Okay.
It's all derived from the same stuff. And if you have a felony court case pending, I would think you wouldn't want to have anything in your system that would have you test positive, right?
Well, I'm not sure if it will. It was like a month ago. I'm on probation. I've been on it for almost a year. It's in
From
Jasper
where?
County,
Okay.
and they know about all my medical. I need a heart valve replacement, and I have a liver failure, and now it's resulted to the kidneys.
Okay.
So
Sounds like you need to quit doing stuff to get yourself in trouble so you can
I do.
stay
I
out
do.
and
I
take care of
yes.
yourself.
I do. I know.
So, what I'm going to do this morning, Ms. Pratt, is reset your case for you to hire a lawyer. You need to try to get a lawyer hired before the next court date.
Okay.
If you do, bring the reset notice to them, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I'm also ordering, as a condition of your probation, that you have a drug patch. You need to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours. And you will, probation, when you're walking out, the lady sitting at that desk can give you a list of places where you can get that done. You have to have it on. You wear it 2 weeks. You have to show up every 2 weeks to have it tested. If it's not testable, I'm going to assume it's positive. If you don't go show up when you're supposed to or go get it, I'm going to assume that you're using something that's illegal. Your bond will be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so you need to have that on within 24 hours. So by tomorrow, you need to have the drug patch on.
Okay.
And then don't use anything that could potentially test positive for anything. It's that simple. If you're on a probation and you've got a felony pending, you need to be crystal clean. All right?
Like 10 medicines that I'm on now.
If you are on medication that shows you to test positive, that's one thing. A gummy from the corner store is not medication, right? So bring your list of medications if you test positive, show them. We understand. I know what things test positive for other things, but gummies aren't one of them. All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. All right, good morning. You're James Rucker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we?
Judge, we basically completed discovery.
Okay,
We're gonna need a hearing on the motion to quash on one of the indictments. And so,
okay,
we kind of talked about our schedule and the timing. We were asking for 3 weeks, the week of June 16th, whatever day, if that week is okay.
has it been filed yet?
It's not filed, probably this afternoon though.
Okay,
And they know what it's gonna say. It's gonna say,
that's the week, we're down the week of the 16th.
The week after that. Mr. Nealon will be out for 3 weeks, starting next week, and as a result, I'm covering intake those 3 weeks.
Okay, so just sometime after that, I'll figure out the date.
I am out the next week though. That's the reason.
Just make sure y'all have everything, make sure you've turned in a,
Vacation.
Yes.
I don't know if I have or not. Yes.
if you'll do that, please, that way we can,
Know about it.
well, no, yeah, because if we know about it, then we can reschedule it. So it's much easier for y'all to do those, get any vacation letters in, including, but we'll look after that date, after the 23rd or 2nd, whatever that is. But whatever days you're out, just make sure that you have that filed, Mr. Galmore, and we'll schedule around that.
Will do.
Okay? All right. You're free to go. Stay in touch with Mr. Galmore. He'll let you know when you need to be back.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so are you Justin Chapa? And I am going to take judicial notice of the court's file before we get started. And Mr. Chapa was previously examined for competency. Dr. Grapan did that examination. We got the report back in January that Mr. Chapa was competent to stand trial. Is there any other evidence with regard to competency?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right, then I will he waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chapa, in cause number 24, DCCR 0799, you're charged with a first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery from March 17th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Crenshaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
It looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred probation. There would be a $1,000 fine. You would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. There would be a dismissal in misdemeanor case number 23 CCCR 0115. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, Your Honor.
State Tenors Number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Mr. Chapa, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that we can get the probation department to do a pre-sentence report, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. And then we'll see you back at sentencing. All right, thank you.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too, sir. Are you Matthew Baxter? And, excuse me, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Baxter, in cause number 24, DCCR 1656, you're charged with a first-degree felony offense of aggravated assault against a public servant. That's from June 26th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
I
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And is this a 10 deferred?
Yes, Your Honor. That's right.
And a $1,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State Tenders number 1.
We have no objections, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Baxter is not competent?
None presently, Your Honor. He's had problems in the past, and that's the reason we're not going to waive the pre-sentence report.
Well, we're not going to waive it on that anyway.
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing. All right, sir, you are William Patterson. Speak up, please, sir.
Yes.
And Mr. Macon, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Patterson, in cause number 24, DCCR 1270, the state's elected to proceed on count 1 only. It alleges you committed the third-degree felony offense of driving while intoxicated, third or more, from April 12th of 2024. The indictment alleges you were previously convicted of driving while intoxicated May 21st of 2008, and then again on March 4th of 2010. And how do you plead to that charge? And are those 2 prior DWIs true? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year term in prison that would be probated for 5 years. There would be a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State Tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Patterson is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right? We'll see you back at sentencing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Dawson, you tested positive for THC, which I think you anticipated, but you also tested positive for ecstasy or MDMA.
Wait, he just said it was a steroid though. And I got a shot. I went to the hospital, I had a bad UTI. It was bad to the point where they had to give me a shot in my butt. They told me I could get in my butt, or right here. I told her I wanted to get it in my butt.
When was that?
This was last week. But MDMA, like, what is ecstasy?
All right, let's do, here's what we're gonna do.
No, I don't like that. Like, that's making me look bad. That's making me look bad.
Well,
And you know,
listen, Miss Dawson, listen.
I don't like
There's worse things in here that are making you look bad than testing positive for that. Just listen. All right, you're gonna get your probation. I'm gonna do that today, but there's gonna be some conditions so that I make sure that you're not using anything that you're not supposed to, including gummies or anything that you think, whatever it is.
And can I tell
you don't.
This? I'm not an abuser. Last year I was just working for the state of Texas. I'm not an abuser at all. I don't.
Listen.
I just want to know. Like,
we're gonna find out. Then you're not gonna have. Then you're not gonna have trouble.
I feel like that's making me look bad.
Listen, Miss Dawson, just pay attention to me for a minute, okay? You're okay, all right? Anything that makes you look bad or that you feel like isn't true, all you have to do, you're going to be on probation, is be successful on probation, and that's all we all want, okay?
No, I
So
just
listen,
wanted you to
just,
know.
you already told me, you've already said it, okay? I understand that you're not sure what this is. Maybe it's from the shot. It's okay, all right? We're gonna make sure from this point forward that you don't have any issues with, you'll have certain rules on probation to follow, and then there won't be any issues, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just trying to express you, which I know you did say I was gonna have my time to talk. I'm not, I just want you to know I'm not an abuser.
Okay, you said that.
I don't abuse
Okay,
drugs, like I just.
you said that. You've already said it. But listen, the most important thing is that you figure out how to get your life together for your child. That's what we're really here about today. That you make better decisions than leaving a 2-year-old in a hotel by themselves. That's what I'm worried about. Do you understand? Not a THC gummy, not whatever other thing that happened today. I want you to get your life together. You're young. You have had issues. You didn't, I see what's going on with your family in here. But we want to break whatever cycle that you've been a part of so that you can be there for your child. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we want. The best for you, the best for your child. For you to be able to make those better decisions. All right? So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty previously, freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include being assessed for any special needs that you need, any counseling, whatever it is you need, we're going to have you assessed for that. And if they say you need to go to a counselor or you need it, whatever it is, those are things to help you, and you're going to be required to do them. Do you understand? You'll obviously be required to test regularly. So any type of gummy, any type of anything, doesn't matter if they say in the shop it won't test positive, don't do any of them. Because even if you go buy it legally, I can't know the difference. It's just going to show up on a test. So don't do any of that. If you need some help with something making you feel better, then go through that counseling and do it the right way through a doctor. Okay?
That's what I was gonna tell you. Like I've been on a medicine that they
Good.
prescribe, like spindle top.
Good.
I just don't like feeling like dead inside. Like, taking it. Like,
I know. And I know there's certain medicines and they don't make you feel
that's
great.
my only thing. I just be
But you
feeling
can't.
disconnected from being a parent.
Right. Well, talk to them about that because there's probably other medicines that they can try.
Yeah, I will
Okay?
tomorrow.
But what you don't want to do is stop taking that medicine and then self-medicate with a gummy or something like that, okay? That's what you can't do. So continue talking to them, say, I don't like the way this one makes me feel, let's try something different. And they'll find something that eventually makes you feel right, kind of in a balance, okay? If you do everything you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity. You don't have criminal history, you're not going to be a convicted felon. If you successfully complete it, the case gets dismissed at the end. You're going to get to be a mom, you're going to get regular jobs, do all the things that everybody else does, okay? The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation. So if you don't show up for appointments, you test positive, you get arrested or whatever, you can be brought back in here and you could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and then you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? All right. You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Okay?
And I do want to apologize for me over talking you. That's not my character.
That's okay. You're nervous. I know you're nervous. I know. We're good. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Oh, here's the, hold on. I didn't hand this. It's a trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. So just have a seat here in the courtroom and wait for her to call you up. Good morning. Yes, sir. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will truthfully and accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And, sir, you're Gustavo Chavez? And Mr. Chavez's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection June 2nd.
So I trial is
What is the announcement?
That's true.
We're ready, Judge.
All right, it is the oldest case on the docket, so anticipate it being number one. Unfortunately for you, you know what probably number two is going to be. But if there's any changes, I need to know about them. If there's any issues, obviously with translators, get that worked out. We'll be picking the jury Monday afternoon.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Okay? All right. Thank you. Good morning, sir. You're Christopher Pickens.
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 24 DCCR 2275, Mr. Pickens is charged with injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual. Also, same charge in cause number 24 DCCR 2276. And what is the announcement?
Judge, we are going to request a little bit more time. We did receive an offer from the state, but we're not interested in that offer. It will probably move forward to trial, but we are going to need a little bit of time.
Okay. Looks like there was a rejection in April.
And this is my first official.
Right, then you got placed. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to reset it one more time for about 30 days. Make sure you make an appointment, go visit with Ms. DeLage, go over everything so that when you come back, if it's still going to be a rejection of any offer, we'll make sure that's on the record and we'll get your case set for trial at that point. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, I got a question. I have another case in the misdemeanor court.
Yes.
Go down and let them know.
Go down there right now. Yeah, go let them know that you were here and it should be fine.
Okay.
All right, and you have to go out that door. This one's
All
locked.
right. Okay.
All right, thank you.